We all have met someone who brings negativity into our lives, whether it's a friend, a colleague, or even a family member. Toxic people are very dangerous for your well-being. They drain your energy, mess with your emotions, and can even cause stress or anxiety. The worst part is that you don't know how to deal with them, and their negativity keeps affecting you. But don't worry, because I will help you to break free from this toxic cycle. I'll share 12 smart strategies to deal with toxic people. By using these strategies, you can protect your peace of mind and get back control of your life. 12th strategy: limit your interactions. Limiting your interaction with toxic people is one of the most effective ways to protect your peace of mind and well-being. Toxic people can be manipulative, critical, and unsupportive. They might make you feel like you're walking on eggshells, never knowing when they'll lash out or say something hurtful. Being around them can make you feel anxious, stressed, or depressed. But by limiting your interactions with toxic people, you can create space for positive relationships and experiences. By doing so, you're setting boundaries and showing that you deserve to be treated with respect and kindness. This can be hard to do, especially if the toxic person is a family member or someone you've known for a long time. But remember, taking care of yourself is not selfish, it's necessary. You can limit your interactions by politely declining invitations, by reducing the frequency of your interactions, or by choosing not to engage in conversations that you know will lead to negativity. You should establish physical distance. If the toxic person is someone you see regularly, try to create some space between you. This can be as simple as sitting in a different chair or taking a break from the room. You should also limit your social media interactions with them, such as not responding to their messages or calls immediately. It's not about being rude or dismissive, but about recognizing that your peace of mind is worth protecting. When you limit interactions, you're not cutting the person out completely, but you're being intentional about how much time and energy you give them. You're prioritizing your own needs and well-being, and that's okay. You can still be kind and compassionate without letting someone drain your energy. Keep in mind this Zen saying, you can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. You can't always avoid toxic people, but you can learn how to navigate those interactions in a way that preserves your peace. 11th strategy: shift focus technique. When dealing with toxic people, it's important to steer the conversation away from negativity. The shift focus strategy helps you do just that. Shift focus means changing the subject when someone starts talking about something negative or stressful. Instead of letting them drag you into their complaints or drama, you gently guide the conversation to something more positive or neutral. If a toxic person starts complaining or being critical, you can say something like, I understand how you feel, but have you heard about... and then bring up a different topic, maybe something light, like a recent movie, a hobby, or positive news. You could also ask a question that redirects their attention, like, what are your plans for the weekend? Or did you see that funny video going around? Shifting focus keeps the conversation from becoming too negative and prevents you from getting pulled into their toxic behavior. It also shows that you're not interested in engaging in negativity, which can discourage the person from continuing down that path. By using this strategy, you can keep the interaction more positive and protect yourself from unnecessary stress. 10th strategy: humor. Humor can be a powerful tool when dealing with toxic people. It helps to diffuse tense situations. It lightens the mood and keeps negativity at bay. Using humor means injecting light-hearted comments or jokes into conversations when things start to get too negative or tense. It's a way of shifting the atmosphere without being confrontational. If a toxic person is being overly critical or complaining, you can respond with a playful comment or a light joke. For example, if someone is constantly complaining about the weather, you might say, well, at least it's not raining frogs. This kind of response can break the cycle of negativity without directly challenging them. It lightens the mood. When a conversation is getting too heavy or negative, you can use humor to steer it in a more positive direction. For instance, if someone is being overly dramatic, you might say with a smile, "Wow, sounds like we need some popcorn for this drama." This not only lightens the mood, but also subtly signals that the negativity is being noticed, without you taking it too seriously. Humor can prevent a situation from escalating by reducing the emotional charge. It keeps the interaction light and helps you maintain control over the conversation. It disarms the toxic person. Toxic people often thrive on drama and conflict. Humor takes away their power. By showing that you're not taking their negativity seriously, as someone has wonderfully said, if you can laugh at it, you can live with it. Ninth strategy: practice empathy, but not sympathy. When dealing with toxic people, practicing empathy without sympathy can help you navigate difficult interactions while protecting your emotional well-being. Empathy is understanding and acknowledging the feelings of others without getting emotionally involved, while sympathy is when you feel pity or sorrow for someone's situation, which can drain your energy and pull you into their negativity. So, when a toxic person shares their complaints or negativity, you can say, "I understand that you're upset," or "I see that this is hard for you." This shows you're listening and aware of their feelings, but you're not taking on their emotions. Stay detached. While you acknowledge their feelings, don't let yourself get emotionally involved. Avoid offering solutions or trying to fix their problems, as this can lead you into a cycle of negativity. Instead, keep your responses neutral and focused on understanding rather than getting too involved. Redirect the conversation. After showing empathy, gently steer the conversation away from the negative topic. You might say, "I understand you're going through a tough time, but let's talk about something more uplifting." So, empathy without sympathy allows you to engage with toxic people without letting their negativity affect you. It prevents emotional drain. By not getting emotionally involved, you conserve your energy and avoid being pulled into their drama. Eighth strategy: stay calm. Staying calm means keeping your emotions in check and responding with composure, even when someone is being negative or trying to provoke you. So, when faced with a toxic person, take a few deep breaths to center yourself. This helps slow down your reactions and keeps you calm. Pause before responding. Instead of reacting immediately, take a moment to think before you speak. This gives you time to choose a calm and measured response. Lower your voice. Speak in a calm, steady tone, even if the other person is raising their voice or being confrontational. A calm voice can diffuse tension and prevent the situation from escalating. By staying calm, you maintain control over the situation and your emotions. You prevent the toxic person from pushing your buttons. A calm demeanor can help prevent arguments or confrontations from getting worse. Staying calm helps you protect your inner peace, ensuring that the toxic person's negativity doesn't affect you. Seventh strategy: avoid taking it personally. One of the best ways to protect yourself from the negativity of toxic people is to avoid taking their actions or words personally. This helps you stay emotionally detached and keeps their negativity from affecting you. Avoiding taking it personally means recognizing that a toxic person's behavior is a reflection of them, not you. Their negativity, criticism, or rudeness is more about their issues than anything you've done. When a toxic person says something hurtful or negative, remind yourself that their behavior is a result of their own frustrations, insecurities, or unhappiness. It's not a true reflection of who you are. Focus on what you know to be true about yourself. Trust your own judgment and self-worth, rather than letting their words shake your confidence. By not taking things personally, you prevent toxic people from undermining your confidence or self-worth. This technique helps you stay emotionally detached, making it easier to stay calm and composed during negative interactions. It keeps you in control. When you don't take things personally, you're less likely to react impulsively or get drawn into drama, keeping the situation under your control. As someone has rightly said, what people say about you is a reflection of them, not you. So remember that the negativity of toxic people says more about their character than yours. By not taking it personally, you protect yourself from their harmful influence. Sixth strategy, Grey Rock Technique. The Grey Rock Technique is a simple but effective way to manage interactions with toxic people by making yourself uninteresting to them. The goal is to be as unresponsive and boring as a grey rock, so they lose interest in engaging with you. The Grey Rock Technique involves acting as bland and unengaging as possible during interactions with toxic people. You provide minimal responses, avoid showing emotion, and don't give them anything to latch onto.
Neutral answers. When a toxic person tries to provoke you or pull you into drama, respond with brief non-committal answers like, "Okay, I see," or "That's interesting." Avoid elaborating or sharing personal information. Show no emotion. Keep your tone of voice, facial expressions, and body language as neutral as possible. Don't react emotionally, even if they try to upset or anger you. Avoid engaging in drama. Don't ask questions, offer opinions, or get involved in their complaints or stories. Simply acknowledge what they say without adding to the conversation. Toxic people often seek attention, drama, or emotional reactions. By giving them nothing to work with, they're likely to lose interest in engaging with you. The Grey Rock Technique helps you stay emotionally detached and keeps the toxic person's negativity from affecting you. By not giving them anything to react to, you avoid escalating the situation and keep interactions as brief and uneventful as possible. As an old saying goes, the less you respond to negative people, the more peaceful your life will become. By becoming uninteresting and unresponsive, you minimize the impact toxic people can have on your life, keeping your peace intact. Fifth strategy, seek support. Dealing with toxic people can be draining, and sometimes you need the support of others to help you navigate these difficult situations. Seeking support is about reaching out to trusted friends, family, or professionals who can offer advice, encouragement, or simply a listening ear. Seeking support means not trying to handle the stress of dealing with toxic people all on your own. It involves leaning on others, who can provide emotional support, practical advice, or just a space to vent. Share your experiences with someone you trust. They can offer perspective, help you see things more clearly, and remind you that you're not alone in dealing with the situation. Seek professional help. If dealing with a toxic person is affecting your mental health, consider talking to a therapist or counselor. They can provide strategies for coping and help you manage the emotional toll. Join a support group. Sometimes connecting with others who are going through similar experiences can be incredibly validating. A support group offers a community where you can share your struggles and gain strength from others. Talking about your experiences with someone who understands can help relieve the emotional burden of dealing with toxic people. Others can provide insights or advice that you might not have considered, and they will help you handle the situation more effectively. It builds resilience. Knowing you have a support system gives you the strength to stand up to toxic behavior and maintain your well-being. Remember, surround yourself with only people who are going to lift you higher. By seeking support, you ensure that you're not facing toxic people alone and that you have people around you who can help lift you up. Fourth strategy, non-attachment to outcome. Non-attachment to outcome is a powerful mindset that helps you stay calm and centered when dealing with toxic people. It means doing what you can to manage the situation, but not being overly invested in the result or how the other person responds. Non-attachment to outcome means focusing on your actions and behavior without being overly concerned about the results or the reactions of the toxic person. You let go of the need to control or change the outcome and accept that some things are beyond your control. So, when you are interacting with a toxic person, then focus on staying calm, respectful, and true to your values. Do what you can to handle the situation well, but don't worry about how they react or whether the situation improves. Let go of control. Understand that you can't control how others behave or how they will respond to your actions. What you can control is your own reaction and mindset. Accept the outcome. After you've done what you can, let go of any attachment to the outcome. Whether the toxic person changes or continues their behavior, accept it without letting it affect your peace of mind. By not being attached to the outcome, you avoid the frustration and disappointment that comes from trying to control something beyond your control. Non-attachment maintains inner peace. It helps you stay calm and centered, regardless of the other person's behavior or the situation's outcome. Lao Tzu said, "Do your work, then step back. The only path to serenity." So always remember that peace comes from doing our best and then letting go, without getting caught up in how things turn out. Third strategy, power of silence. Silence can be a powerful tool when dealing with toxic people. It allows you to maintain control over your emotions, set boundaries, and avoid feeding into negativity or drama. The power of silence involves choosing not to respond immediately, or at all, to toxic comments, criticism, or provocations. So, when a toxic person says something hurtful or tries to provoke you, take a moment of silence before responding. This gives you time to collect your thoughts and decide on the best course of action. And sometimes, the most powerful response is no response at all. By staying silent, you refuse to give the toxic person the reaction they're seeking, which can often diffuse the situation. Silence helps you stay in control of the interaction, allowing you to respond thoughtfully rather than reacting emotionally. As Lao Tzu said, silence is a source of great strength. So silence can be a powerful and strategic response. It helps you stay strong, composed, and in control when dealing with toxic people. Second strategy, reverse psychology. Reverse psychology is when you say the opposite of what you actually want, hoping the other person will do what you really want. If a toxic person is trying to provoke you, then calmly say, "I'm sure you'll handle this situation perfectly." Or, "I don't think you're interested in resolving this right now." This can often prompt them to prove you wrong. If they're seeking a reaction, act uninterested or indifferent. If a toxic person is seeking a reaction, respond with something like, "I guess this doesn't really matter," or "It's not worth discussing." This can often lead them to either drop the issue or behave more reasonably to gain your attention. So, by flipping the script, you disrupt the toxic person's attempt to manipulate or provoke you, and it became harder for them to get the reaction they want. As it's an old saying, you can't change how people act, but you can change how you react. First strategy, know when to walk away. One of the most important strategies for dealing with toxic people is recognizing when it's time to walk away. Remember, not every situation or relationship can be fixed. Sometimes you have to walk away to protect your well-being and to move forward. Walk away means to physically or emotionally leave a situation when it becomes too negative, harmful, or unproductive. When you feel that an interaction or environment isn't good for you, then instead of staying involved or trying to fix it, you should walk away. Pay attention to how you feel during interactions with toxic people. If you start to feel drained or uncomfortable, that's a sign. Set clear boundaries with them. If they continue to cross these boundaries or don't change their behavior, it might be time to walk away. Make a clean exit. You don't need to explain yourself or justify your actions. Simply say something like, "I need to step away for a moment," or "I'll talk to you later," and then leave the situation. For example, in a conversation, if someone is being rude or aggressive, you should say, "I'm not going to continue this discussion," and then leave the room. In a relationship, if someone consistently treats you poorly, you should end that relationship and distance yourself from them. And at work, if a task or environment is toxic or draining, you should consider to leave that job or transfer to a different department. Walking away from toxic people can greatly reduce stress and improve your overall mental and emotional well-being. Walking away empowers you. By walking away, you take control of the situation and prioritize your own peace and happiness over dealing with negativity. And it also opens new opportunities. Removing yourself from toxic environments makes space for healthier relationships and more positive experiences. So, when you decide to walk away, do so with confidence and finality. Avoid getting drawn back into the toxic situation. Let the person know, if necessary, that you're stepping back for your own well-being, and then focus on your own path forward. And always remember, sometimes you have to walk away, not because you don't care, but because you do. Remember, dealing with toxic people isn't easy. But with these strategies, you can protect your peace and maintain your well-being. Whether it's setting boundaries, practicing empathy, or simply walking away, the power is in your hands to decide how you respond. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more tips on living a healthier, happier life. Tell us in comment below which strategy did you like the most. And if you are unable to recognize a toxic person, then let me know in the comments below. I'll soon make a video on that too. Until then, here you can check out our other videos too that will definitely provide some valuable and life-changing information to you.